how could religions market themselves better? I don't suppose it necessarily make any difference in Brighton, but we've got with us Richard Johnston, who's the ad man who worked on this campaign last Christmas. Can we see the show us the beer? Let's have a look at it. Where will you find him? It says, and then we've got the image of Jesus from the, is that the Turin Shroud? That's from.
Yeah, it's taken there.
And wasn't there a capital H on him there? Isn't there supposed to be a capital H?
Oh, well, no, it's just a bit nicer, keeping it nice and low-key.
Well, I just didn't get that campaign. To me, it could be taken as, like, you keep drinking, you're still going to start seeing things.
Well, it's asking questions. I mean, it's at the time of Christmas when it's all meant to be about Christ, Christmas, and it clearly isn't. It was just asking questions, where in all this will you find Christ? And if you want to.
Hardy, did it work for you, that one?
No, I was a bit because I could only see one of the other members of the Bee Gees. That could just be a coincidence. I'm not sure, but it looked like one of your bros. So
it did actually.
Frank Zappa, so
yeah, but the people that saw Frank Zappa were on their 18th pint by that point.
But as a piece of advertising, you say, would that? I mean, obviously you're a Sikh, and we're not trying to convert you or anything. But did it work for you?
Away? I think.
What box would you take?
Well, I just drew a nice big one in biro and drew a nice photo in it. I think it does, whether you're a Christian or not, and we have to remember this is a Christian country, and Christianity is an evangelical religion, so it's their job to go out and convert. So long as you're being asked questions, like I said, it's about the questions you're asked rather than the answers you give.
Yeah.
So Richard, is there not this sense of having to sort of jump onto this commercial bandwagon, you know, with billboards and everything else, is what you're talking, or is it like advertising washing up? Like, should it not be a bit more personal than that?
Well, no, I think it's always been about advertising. The first churches in England were big spires out across the town so everyone could see them. And over the years, it became a Christian country. And so, basically, the churches stopped advertising. They didn't need to, and they started preaching to the converted.
But there are laws.
Literally.
There are laws on advertising. You can't promise eternal life any more than you can promise eternal life for a washing machine.
No, but you can ask questions, and you can say, we may have some answers. We may not have, but you can come and ask questions.
I mean, at least most of the adverts, yours included, have, at least, they're not the least bit pious, which I think is a good thing. We see some of these from outside churches in this country. Give your troubles to God, he'll be up all night anyway. Prevent truth decay, brush up on your Bible. I like this kind of stuff, and there's one more there. All sorts. Other brands of sweets are available, but it's a good one, isn't it?
That was nice and welcoming, certainly. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, again, you have to find different ways to talk to people. I mean, it used to be you always used to use the language of the day. The media, advertising, that is the language of the day. So that is what churches are doing.
If you got a text from God, that would make you feel special.
That would be pretty good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not on the list?
No.
No, lost your number.
I haven't made my bill.
Gentlemen, thanks very much indeed. Shirley Morley from Nottingham.